Hey everyone, in today's video we are going through all of the makeup that I used up in 2016. I've been hoarding all of these products since the beginning of the year and I can't tell you how happy I am to be finally able to throw them out. There are a few products here and there that I forgot to keep and that I just completely threw out by accident because it just feels really good to throw out products when you're done with them. But if I remember what they are, I will definitely chime in. Otherwise, you will see them in the description box. But anyway, I'm going to start with the eye products, and these are all of the eyeliners that I used up in 2016. First up, I have my MAC Fluidline in Blacktrack. I used this up I think in October or November, and it was really starting to dry out on me. I've had this for years and I really kind of stepped on the gas and used up as much of it as I could, but there's that one. Then I have a bunch of Urban Decay 24/7 Glide-On pencils. These three are double-ended ones. I can't remember what they are. The Velvet Glide-On pencil, which was god-awful. This one is Zero, and this one is Perversion. Then I have two Stila pencils. This one is in the color Lionfish, and this one is in Damsel. I have one eyeliner from M Cosmetics. This is their Waterliner in Chocolate Dream, and it was just a terrible product. These waterliners, I had 4 of them, and they dried out insanely quickly on me. This is the only one that survived for me to be able to use it up. This next one is the Balm Schwing Liner, and I really enjoyed this one. This was a liquid liner with a felt tip, which made it a lot easier for me to apply. I'm someone that really struggles with liquid liner, so this kind of applicator was a really nice touch for me. The only bad thing about it is that the felt tip really easily degrades over time, so after a few months of use, I found myself kind of picking the ends off of it so that it kind of could return to that crisp line, but other than that, it was a really great product. It was nice and matte, and I would definitely recommend this if you like these types of eyeliners. The next one that I used up is the Wet n Wild Pro Line Felt Tip Eyeliner, and this one was such a disappointment. I've seen really good things about it on YouTube, but for me, it just dried out so quickly. And what I really didn't like about this one is that I felt like it was really hard to dispense product onto my skin. I really had to pull on my skin to get the eyeliner to go on without dragging, and that was just not something that I enjoy. The next one that I used up is a recent one, and this is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster in Ultra Black, and this is one of the happiest makeup discoveries that I've made in 2016. I had no idea that they made pen liners with a brush tip, and that really changed my eyeliner game a ton. For me, the felt tip is so easy to hold and control. You have a lot of weight in this hand instead of like a teeny tiny applicator that you have to like wiggle around or whatever. And unlike the Wet n Wild liner that I just mentioned, dispensing product with this, thanks to the brush tip, was so effortless. I feel like when this was working, you had to barely tap the skin with the eyeliner and it just kind of was able to glide on, and I was just really impressed with it, especially for the price. I have not repurchased this yet. I'm currently using the Kat Von D liner in Trooper, and I've also heard that Jordana has something that's similar to this, so once I am done exploring all of these, I'll pick a favorite and I will report back to you. The next eyeliner that I used up is very recent, and this is the Urban Decay 24/7 Liquid Liner in El Dorado, and I absolutely loved this eyeliner. One of my favorite things to do was kind of layer it on top of a black eyeliner, and it just looked absolutely gorgeous. This is what it looks like. There's still a little bit of product left in here, but it's starting to smell funny, which is why I decided to call it quits on this year, and I am desperately seeking a dupe for this. I would rather not pay $20 for a gold eyeliner, but I will if I have to because this was a really beautiful product. I also used up my Tokidoki Perfetto eyeliner in Chow Chow, and this is a horrible product. It just didn't show up whatsoever on my skin, which is such a shame because I really love Tokidoki stuff and packaging. And finally, I have my Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner in Mullet. This is just a really nice lime green type of glitter product, and I use this a lot. and I ended up taking the stopper out, as you can see, but it's a really pretty color. It's kind of starting to dry out, which is why I called it done, but I really like this both as an eyeliner and as a topper color. What I ended up doing a lot was I just took this and I spread it like that all over my eyelids, and it just added a really nice dimension on top of like a green or blue eyeshadow. So I mean, I don't know, I feel like these are really pricey products, but they're good. They are good, and I hate working with loose pigments and glitter, so they're definitely a good option for me and for anyone else who feels the same way. Then moving on to eyeshadow, I have a few things here. The first thing is an Urban Decay primer potion. This is the first primer for eyes that I ever found out about, and it really changed my existence before finding out, not this specific tube obviously, but before I learned about this product's existence, I was pretty much convinced that I was never going to be able to wear eyeshadow because it always creased on me. So there's always going to be a soft spot in my heart for Urban Decay primer. But yeah, I used up this one. This is the Stila Smudge Crayon in Kitten, and this was a really pretty color. I can't swatch it because the remainder here has completely dried out, but I really did enjoy this while I had it, and it really lasted quite a long time. I think I may have gotten this off of Look a few years ago, probably. And then I have 3 cream eyeshadows from Urban Decay. These are ancient products. They don't sell them anymore. The first one is in the color Rehab, and I had this in my project pan, I want to say since 2015. I've been trying to use this product up, and I finally got through it this year. I really did like it. It was a really pretty color, and it blends it out amazingly on the eyelids, so you could really use this particular color as a one shadow look, because once you started to blend it, it kind of went a little bit more matte, so it just looked really flattering. And then these two are in the colors Grass and Radium, and these I did not attempt to use up on my eyes because I knew how long this had lasted, so I didn't even bother because these had already started to dry out on me. Instead, I use these as art supplies as well, and they were okay for that. They're a little bit too shimmery as art supplies, but I'm not complaining. I also used up a few loose shadows that are not pictured here. Closer to the beginning of the year, I used up loose pigment from Urban Decay called Shag, I believe, and I think there was 1 or 2 other ones that I can't show you because they were loose pigments that I had repressed, but that is all for eyeshadows, unfortunately. I wish I could show you my Pan That palette here, but I didn't finish it, so maybe next year. I used up 5 mascaras this year. The first is the Marcel Volume Extension Magnetic Mascara, and this one was absolutely gorgeous. This mascara has a rubbery brush that just did an incredible job at separating my lashes and just made them look amazing. Next up, I have the Dolce & Gabbana Passion Eyes Mascara. This is a deluxe sample, just like the remaining 3 over there, and this was really great. It's kind of like a more natural version of this one. All this really did was curl my lashes a little bit more and darken them just a bit and fan them out. It didn't add any extra length or extra volume. It just makes it look like you have really great natural lashes. So if this is something that you're after, and you don't mind spending a ton of money for a mascara, then I highly recommend this one. It was really enjoyable. And these remaining ones, this is a Diorshow mascara. This is the Bobbi Brown Everything Mascara. And then finally I have a little sample of the Urban Decay Perversion, and none of these really, I don't remember anything about them, so they clearly did not leave a big impression on me. Next up, we have my eyebrow stuff. The first one is, you guessed it, the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Taupe. This is my holy grail brow product, and it's absolutely amazing. I desperately tried to find a dupe for it this year. The first thing I looked into is the Marcel Nano Eyebrow Liner in Fair Ash Blonde. It's the exact same type of product with the twist up micro applicator, and this really did not hold a candle to it. The formula was just too different. I really didn't like how this product layered on top of itself. And really the same thing goes for the NYX micro brow pencil. A lot of people say this is identical to the Brow Wiz, but I respectfully disagree. Again, there's something slightly different about the formula that just does not work for me. This little tiny thing here is the Anastasia brow pencil in, I think, medium brown. This was in my project pan, and I was surprised at how much I like this pencil. This formula was so interesting, and I wasn't expecting a color like medium brown to look good on me, but it really did. I personally feel like this is a little bit too much money for the use that I get out of this, since I really have to shape my brows because they don't really exist. I end up sharpening this a ton and losing a lot of product, so even though you get less product in the Brow Wiz, this actually ends up lasting me a lot longer than a pencil eyeliner. And I feel like that's something that's really important to consider if you're debating this type of product versus just a regular pencil. Yes, you get so much more product in this one. I think the little mini sample of this pencil actually had maybe like 10 times more product than the Brow Wiz, but the reality is that for me, I had to sharpen this all the time because my eyebrows don't exist, so I have to shape them. And this one just lasts me a lot more. If you have eyebrows that are just naturally beautiful and you just need to fill them in a little bit, then I think this is clearly the better value for you. But anyway, that's enough of that tirade. To summarize, this is my holy grail product. This one was amazing, but I don't think it's worth the money in my case. The next thing that I have is the Benefit Gimme Brow. Now you might know that they recently kind of redid the packaging for this and it looks a lot snazzier. The product itself, however, is not amazing in my opinion, and Essence Make Me Brow is a spot-on dupe for this. Even the packaging looks similar to this old one. So if you are on a tighter makeup budget, definitely look into that one. I really don't think that it's worth your money to shell out more for this unless you just are a sucker for pretty packaging. Then I mean, I guess I say go for it, but I wasn't particularly impressed with this product. I have 5 lip balms here. I probably had more this year that I lost in my bag somewhere, but the first is the Tony Moly apple shaped lip balm, and this one is another product that was seemingly bottomless. I had it for years and it took me forever to use it up, and I'm so happy to finally get this out of my life. I have I think this is a grape flavored lip smacker. I have a plain Burt's Bees lip balm. I have one from NYX. This is their Rêve de Miel moisturizing stick with sunflower and honey, and this one was okay, but it didn't really do anything long term for my lips. I always felt like I needed to reapply it. And finally, I have the Natural Mint and Shea Butter lip balm from Jack Black, and I really did like this one. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to completely use it up because I left it in my car one hot summer day and it like cooked or something. So looking at it now, I feel like I've only used up a tiny amount of lip products this year, but it really felt like these took me forever to get through. The first one is the NYC City Proof Intense Twistable Lip Color, I think it was called, and this was in the color Riverside Rose. This is from my Dupe Wars challenge, and it's really not a unique color in my collection, so definitely would not repurchase it, but it was a pretty nice like MLBB type of shade. Next is the Chanel lip gloss that I had in my project pan for a really long time. This is the, I believe it's called Lèvres Scintillantes. I'm sorry, French speakers, that's really the best I can do. And this is in the color number 41, and it's just, it's really not my color. It's a bit too browny gold for me, so I only really use this indoors whenever my lips felt a little bit chapped. I have 2 mini lip glosses from Buxom in the colors Pink Lady and Dolly, and this is a formula that I discovered this year, and I'm so happy I did because it's a really, really amazing lip gloss formula. It's very comfortable, not too sticky, and I think it looks really nice. So once I go through all of my million lip glosses, maybe I'll buy some of these. I also used up a tiny Urban Decay Naked Gloss in the color Love Child. This is a really pretty color as well. And finally, I have a mini Dior Addict gloss in the color number 643. The color was just okay, definitely not the most flattering thing, and I really despised this applicator. I can't stand these types of brushes. I have two mini lipsticks here. The first one is the Makeup Forever Rouge Artist Natural in N9. I think I got this either as a VIB Rouge thing or just a gift with purchase. And again, it's another MLBB type of color, but unfortunately this product really loved to move around on my lips, so I was just really happy to move it out. And finally, I have the VIB Rouge color from Bite Beauty, and this was okay. I wasn't really that thrilled with the formula, to be honest, and it's just another product that didn't like staying on my lips, so happy to get rid of this one also. I used up 5 nail polishes this year, and it's really not a high number, but I'm okay with that because I don't really paint my nails as much anymore, as you can tell. But the first one is the base coat from Formula X, and there's still a tiny bit of product left in there, but I can't get it out because it's starting to solidify. I also have the color Thrilling from Formula X. This was a really beautiful color, but the problem that I have with Formula X is that the colors and the formula is really beautiful, but it just doesn't last very long. Like, I think I had this for maybe a year, 2 years tops, and it started to, you know, become more and more viscous and difficult to use, which is why I really started to rush to finish this in my project pan. And yeah, I mean, I bought a nail polish thinner since, so I'm going to try it on my other Formula X polishes if they decide to harden like this one did, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm not feeling very optimistic, and it's something that I'm not too thrilled with these polishes. I also have 3 mini Urban Decay nail polishes. These two were from the, I think, Roller Girl nail kit, and they're in the colors Super Freak and Xanadu, and they were both very beautiful colors. The formula of these was surprisingly good as well, and I'm really happy that Urban Decay is selling nail polishes again, but I haven't tried those yet. And the last nail polish is from the Summer of Love nail kit, and this is in the color Shine On, and it was also nice. As you could see, I also had this in my project pan. I used up quite a few fragrances this year. The first one is the I think this is the 360 Pink perfume from Prairie Ellis, and this is the first full-size fragrance I've ever finished, and it took me almost a year in project panning to do so. I can honestly say that this really kind of opened my eyes when it comes to purchasing fragrances, because I was always, whenever I did buy something, I was always going for the better deal, and now that I know how long these freaking things last, I'm definitely not going to do that. I'm going to go with a size that's more reasonable to finish. So I finished up this one, and this also came with a travel size that I totally lost or threw out, but I also used up a mini Tory Burch perfume, the Dior J'Adore. I used up Dolce & Gabbana, this is called The One. I used up Dahlia Noir from Givenchy, and then I used up a sample of Troika, I don't know, but the brand is House of Gloi. It's an indie perfume. And then this one is called Sultan's Daughter from Midsummer Dreams Apothecary, and this one is a tiny perfume oil. And I'm really happy to have used all of these up because a lot of these were kind of just sitting on my desk as a decoration, and I was never ever even giving them a second glance. This one I used to really like, and as I got through it, my opinion kind of changed, so nothing here really impressed me. I wouldn't repurchase any of it, so I'm really happy that I moved it out. Yes, the packaging is pretty, but there's no point in keeping it around just for that, in my opinion, because I already have so many other fragrances that still need my attention. If you've been watching my project pan, then you also know that I used up a ton of like little vial samples similar to this from Sephora, and I didn't include them here. I didn't include them in the total because I just was in a big decluttering mood this year, and I didn't even think to hold on to the teeny tiny samples in my life. But if it's something that you would like to see next year, if that's an interesting thing for you to see next to these bigger samples and full-size products, then definitely let me know, because I can do that. And I went ahead and I tallied up the total value of everything that I used up this year. That includes the full size, travel size, and deluxe sized items. And in 2016, I used up $768.53 worth of makeup, which in my opinion is a pretty big number considering all of the stuff that I just went through. It doesn't seem like so much when you're just looking at 5 products, but these things clearly do add up. But I do think that saving all of my makeup for a year was a very valuable exercise. Now that I have a better grasp of how long these makeup items last, I'm definitely a bit more conscious of the purchases that I make. I don't really buy into hype as easily anymore because I know that I'm never going to be able to finish something before it expires. And that's what I'm going to leave you with because my battery is dying. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video or found it informative or helpful. If you didn't, then lucky you, because you don't have to see it for another year. If you have any feedback for me, anything that I can do better next time, please leave it in the comment below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!